Alright, so this is going to be another movie review. This one's called Little Women, 1933. I watched it in glorious black and white. It was colorized. Anyways, it's about a Union Army family. 4 sisters and their mother were living in Massachusetts. The worst place to be. Anyways, their father is a Union Army general or something like that. And oh, I'm sorry. He's a minister to the troops. Excuse me. So the mother is leading the family, and Katherine Hepburn is the tomboy. Joan Bennett is a selfish one, and then there are 2 other sisters. One likes to play musical instruments. The other one's a governess, I think. Something like that. Boy. And I think there are about 10 versions of this dang thing. Including 2 silent versions and more recent 2019 film. All right. So 1917 with Minna Gray, 1918 with Dorothy Bernard. After this 1933 sound version came 1949 with June Allison, Elizabeth Taylor, and Peter Lawford. 1994, Winona Ryder, and 2019, Saoirse Ronan. It's a pre-code drama film, and it is based on 1868 to 69 2-volume novel of the same name by Louisa May Alcott. Set in Concord, Massachusetts during and after the American Civil War. Series of vignettes focusing on the struggles and adventures of 4 March sisters and their mother, affectionately known as Marmee, while they wait for the return of their father, who serves as a colonel and a chaplain in the Union Army. So he's a colonel, not a general. My bad. And Katherine Hepburn is playing around with this tutor at this rich guy's house. His name is Lowry or something. I think his name is Lowry. And Lowry asks her to marry him, but she rejects him. In the meantime, her sister gets the scarlet fever. She recovers, but then she ends up dying. Marmee learns that her husband is recuperating in a hospital in Washington, D.C., so she goes to Washington to take care of him. But then Beth contracts contracts scarlet fever. She recovers, but she's weak. After having cold feet for a while, one of the sisters finally agrees to marry a not so rich guy. Then Laurie confesses that he's in love with Joe. She rejects him, kind of like what my Chinese former coworker did to me. He snubs her in return. Joe moves to New York to pursue her writing career. She lives in a boarding house. I think she's written a couple of short stories already. She meets this professor dude, an impoverished German linguist. They go out to the opera. He gives her writing some critical evaluation, and Beth is near death, so Joe returns to Concord to be with Beth and her family during this time. Beth dies. Amy, who accompanied Aunt March to Europe, has fallen in love with Laurie, accepted his proposal, and they return having married. Joe is happy for Laurie and Amy. It turned out as it always should have been. Professor Bauer then arrives from New York City. And that's pretty much the film. I was reading a lot of it from the Wikipedia storyline because I wasn't following it too closely. I was bored to death. I'm giving it 1 out of 5 stars. I hated this flick. Man, it's only one of 2 flicks that I really hated with Joan Bennett in it. The other one was Manhunt with Walter Pigeonhole, Roddy McDowall, George Sanders, John Carradine. Manhunt. These are the only 2 Joan Bennett movies that I really hate. All the other ones that she was in are great. So it's either feast or famine with Joe Bennett. So I'm going to try to take another nap now. I'll get to Macau. I'll plow through as much as Macau as I can. Jane Russell and Robert Mitchum, 1952. And then I'll get to Halloween 4, hopefully tomorrow morning. When I wake up at like midnight, I'll have a few hours to catch up on some of this stuff. I've been lagging since Sunday when I did 4 reviews. It's already Thursday. And I'm only on my 2nd review today. But I did accomplish quite a bit. My Robinhood account was only down 0.2% because I had that little hedge inverse ETF thing going there with the housing market, which is going to crash, or it already has crashed, thanks to Federal Reserve Board tinkering with interest rates, artificial manipulation of interest rates, and they seem resolved to raise interest rates another 1%, from 1% to 2% this year, and then they'll probably reverse course next year, I'm thinking. But the stock market tanked big time. It was down 5% today. I did pretty good on my Robin Hood account, all things considered. And what else was I going to say? Got the pot stickers going for me and the chili going for my son. Got to pick him up at school today. And then next 2 days I might be working 27 hours. That's what I'm shooting for. I wouldn't be surprised given the increase in hours that I got during the first 2 days of the week. It's been a crazy week, like I said, and try to get through my list as much as possible this weekend. We'll see how it goes. Laters.